I look like I'm not even in the middle of the fucking thing. Why is this? Hold on. Like, no. All right, hold on. No, this isn't gonna work. No, now it's all crooked. Did it work? No. It's only speed taller. What? Did I say monitor? Yes, I did. Literally none of this is gonna go in the video, so I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. Well, I guess I'm in the middle of the camera. If you see me looking, I'm looking at a monitor, so I'm sorry. Today we're talking about movies. You also don't see it, but I got some more spooky books. I got a few Goosebumps classics. We got Monster Blood, fucking Why I'm Afraid of Bees, dude. A Night in Terror Tower. Fuck yeah, dude. We also got Clown in a Cornfield by Adam Cesar. I literally picked it up recently. I saw it advertised to me on Twitter and on Instagram too, and I was like, I need to buy this book. So I bought it, and I've been reading it, and I cannot put it down. When I make an update video, I'll definitely give a review on it. But please buy it. Please check it out. He's a great author. I still have yet to see what else he's up to, but I see that he's done some videos on YouTube. So I'm definitely going to check that out. We got a classic, Coraline. I'm definitely going to be making a video on this and the movie and kind of comparing the two and reviewing both. We got some classic Stephen King with Misery, and then we got The Shining and Dr. Sleep. So I'm definitely going to be reading both and then watching the movies directly after. Anyway, that's my horror novel or horror book haul. I guess I bought those pretty recently. Cannot wait to finish reading them by the end of November. Yeah, so we're talking about a movie. I think talking about the books is kind of a way to distract myself from that because I really don't want to talk about this movie. So we're going to be talking about Carved. It's a J-horror movie. This is a continuation from my J-horror video. It's up here if you guys haven't seen it. Be sure to go check it out. But basically I talk about Ju-on and The Ring and the original one, the Japanese one. And I talk about what made them so good. And also kind of just made fun of them, you know, just for fun. Because that's just what we do here on this channel. We make fun of literally everything we talk about, no matter how much we like it. Carved is basically about this urban legend in Japan about this slit-mouthed woman. She's a woman, she has a slit mouth, and when you see her, she will ask you, am I pretty? She will take off her mask when you see that she has a slit mouth. Oh, surprise! If you say yes, she will kill you so you can stay with her forever. If you say no, she will kill you out of pure anger and frustration. They made a movie about that. Don't ask me how they did it. So the movie starts with these kids talking about this slit-mouthed woman. You know how folktales are spread with, you know, rumors and all that kind of stuff. This whole movie just kind of looks like a sepia filter was kind of dragged and dropped over all the footage. A few kids camp out at the park, and we're introduced to one of the main characters, a little girl who was abused by her mom. Her name is Mika. I did not know that until halfway through the movie, so that should show you what kind of movie this is. That's a very specific threat. We meet Miss Yamashita, the main character, who feels this big old earthquake. And then a zombie hand with scissors comes out of this cabinet. These two events are definitely not linked together. You know, just putting that thought out there that maybe it isn't. Not gonna lie. It's kind of spooky. Oh yeah, and then one of these kids fucking dies. So what's interesting is that I kind of already explained to you what the urban legend is. Now, if you recall, I don't remember talking about her kidnapping children. That happens in this movie for some odd reason. The next day, the school calls out a curfew and a buddy system for kids to go home. And it just feels weird to see these adults taking the whole slit-mouthed woman thing seriously. Like, they literally say, one kid goes missing. By the way, don't talk about the slit-mouthed woman. Two very separate announcements. We're going to tell them at the same time, just so you know. It's pretty much legitimized that she's a threat to these kids somehow. That's basically like right now, as if they say, kids, go home with friends. Don't go home alone because one kid went missing. Also, do not talk about Bigfoot. Bigfoot does not exist. We are not talking about Bigfoot. No, we're not. We're not talking about Bigfoot. Who's talking about Bigfoot? This school isn't. You kids aren't either. Mika, this is the girl who was abused earlier, she gets bullied for having a mask. Everyone in this movie is just an anti-masker, I guess. After the kids are picked up by their parents, Mika stays with Miss Yamashita. When Mika's mom arrives to pick her up, Mika refuses to go with her and just stays with Miss Yamashita, which is definitely a weird thing to do. I don't think that's quite legal. Mika shows Miss Yamashita her bruises and scratches from her mom. Then Yamashita is like defending Mika's mom, and she's basically saying that's just how some people show their love. Like, Fuck. This movie's taking 10 years off of my life. Then Mika gets kidnapped by the slit-mouthed woman. We know it's her because she's got an ugly ass mouth. And Miss Yamashita just kind of sits there and does nothing. And you would think with the school referring to the slit-mouthed woman as a real threat to these kids that the police would believe her when she said that she saw her kidnap her. But they don't for some reason. You know, it's like, why? I thought it was established that the adults and the authority, they believe in it. So why don't the cops? Mika's mom arrives and she's really sad. Yamashita has a flashback about hitting her daughter and then she gets sad even though she hit her daughter. I have no idea what the point of having these themes of child abuse in the film are. So Mika's mom kind of blames her husband's death on why she's so abusive to Mika, which, no, that is your fault. And then she kind of comes to that conclusion, but not in a way that's good. I mean, yes, beating your children, that's bad. We can all agree on that. Blaming it on your dead husband is not a good way to do that, though. It's not a good way to come to that conclusion. So the two girls make a joke that their mom kidnapped the two kids just because she's got a mask on. That's really fucked up. Mika's friend, Natsuki, hangs up some missing posters, and Mika's bullies also decide to help her out with that. Miss Yamashita takes some time off of work, and Mr. Matsuzaki asks her about the slit-mouthed woman. Apparently, he hears this voice whenever a kid is being kidnapped. Okay. He hears it again, and Yamashita follows Matsuzaki to it. They arrive at the house of a kid that they teach, but then the slit-mouthed woman just kind of begins to take him away. The woman and Matsuzaki fight, but then Yamashita stabs her over and over again, and then she fucking dies. But oh no, I guess the body was switched or swapped. It's like a body swap with the mom from the kids with the mask. You remember her? She was a small character. She was only introduced to die. Don't ask me how it works. That's just how the movie works, and it expects you to kind of accept it with open arms. Oh yeah, then they just leave the kid alone. I mean, you know, it's not like he was almost killed or kidnapped. Just kind of leave him alone. Matsuzaki and Yamashita find the woman they killed's kids, and they just kind of feel bad. Then we get some backstory to the slit-mouthed woman. Apparently, she, surprise, surprise, beat her kids too. And one of those kids was Matsuzaki. It's also implied that she killed them, or they just died from negligence. And then after his mom died, the rumor started. He hears the voice again, and Natsuki is kidnapped at the park. Also, this shining ability that he has is never explained, and it's never questioned by any of the other characters. So, okay, we find Mika and Natsuki in the carved woman's hideout, and Natsuki then gets carved worse than a pumpkin on Halloween. Mika then starts to use a broken plate to try to cut the ropes out so she can escape. Then some people find a dead boy, and the cops kind of tell Mika's mom, for some reason, I guess to make her worry more. Natsuki's dad finds her in the middle of a park with a cut open mouth. How she hasn't died from blood loss, I have no idea. Holy shit, holy fuck, holy shit. That's Yurei Yangi. And if you guys don't know who that is, he plays Kobayashi in Ju-on, which is literally what I just made a video on earlier. It's like there's like a J-horror cinematic universe. Because I swear to God, if he plays the same character, I'm gonna lose my shit. Anyway, Masatoshi, the kid that they, kind of just left him there, he just tells the detectives everything about the slit-mouthed woman. Yamashita and Matsuzaki drive somewhere, and Matsuzaki realizes that he should check out his childhood home, which just might be the hideout, and which just makes the most sense. It's really predictable. You can see it from a mile away. Mika's mom tries to find Mika herself, and some kid basically just gives her the slit-mouthed woman's hideout, which is correct because the movie needs it to be. Honestly, I have no clue. The kid's a psychic. Apparently she heard it from rumors, which rumors aren't even true most of the time. So why are the rumors true? In this movie, just all the rumors are just true. Is that just how horror movies work? The two look around the abandoned house and find a blood trail escaping a closet. Then Matsuzaki has a flashback. Apparently, the slit-mouthed woman told Matsuzaki to chop her head off while she tried to kill him. Then she kind of curses him, and then he slits her mouth open. Then she just fucking dies. He hid her body, and then the dead body is missing. They find a hole in that closet. Then they find Mika. The plot's moving forward. You guys keeping up with this? Then it turns out that the hidden cellar is where Matsuzaki's siblings died, and he doesn't bat an eye. He just looks so calm and collected the whole time. His only objective is to get the fuck out of there. Very slowly. I don't know why they're leisurely walking at a slow pace out of the house. I don't know why they're doing that. Then the slit-mouthed woman stabs, punches, kind of spooks around. Super scary. I mean, look, she's not that scary. It's less scary with all the goddamn Johnny Test sound effects anytime she hits something. Mika's mom finds Mika, and then the slit-mouthed woman fucking stabs her. And then Matsuzaki kills the slit-mouthed woman. Just kidding. Gotcha. Idiot. It's fiction. We made it up. Fuck. It was another body swap. For some reason. I don't know. Who is this? I don't know who this is. I watched the movie twice. I still don't know who the fuck this is. I'm assuming it was, what's her name? I'm assuming it was Natsuki's mom from earlier in the park. I'm assuming it's her, but I don't know. Doesn't matter anyway. She fucking dies. Matsuzaki uses her own weapon against her. Super famous trope. Matsuzaki then dies in the house as well. I mean, try to explain that to your student. He's fucking dead. Your teacher's dead. And I know this is a harsh time for you. I know this is something that we all need to grieve on, but you have 15 assignments that you haven't done. You need to finish those. So, plot twist. Matsuzaki decapitated Mika's mom. And then the slit-mouthed woman is just still alive. For some reason. Yamashita tries to reconcile with her daughter, and then just kind of gets possessed. And then kills her daughter. Yep. That's it. It's the end of the movie. You can go now, the movie's over. I appreciate the effort in trying to turn an urban legend into a movie. They did a good job on that. Good job. The only thing that I don't like is the fact that it made no sense at all. None of the magic or horror parts were explained. And I'm not saying that, you need to have, you gotta explain it. It just, when you're watching it for the first time, it's disorienting. It makes no sense. They don't have a magic system or a horror system, I guess. It just felt like things happen because the movie just needed it to happen. Also, the cops did nothing. There was a whole kind of like subplot introduced halfway through the movie, or like by the end of it, where, the kid tells them all the information about the slit-mouthed woman. The cops don't do anything. They don't do anything about it. Overall, it's a great movie if you like half-assed choreographed fights with no real stakes, child abuse, and magic systems that make no sense. My name is Johnny. This was a movie review. I hope you guys enjoyed. I have more spooky content after Halloween because I had a lot of ideas and I've already written a bunch of scripts, and I know that this is, I have a big Halloween special on Halloween, so make sure to look out for that. You are still going to see a lot more spooky themed content. If you guys like that, let me know, because I'm a big fan of horror, I'm a big fan of Halloween, and it's a genre that's very near and dear to my heart. So if you guys like this kind of content, be sure to like the video, or share it, or do something, whatever the fuck. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. Happy Halloween.